Hello student, now we are learning the lesson number 3 of standard 9 subject geography, entitled as exogenetic processes. In the first video we saw the one type, that is mechanical weathering. Now in this part we are going to learn about the chemical weathering. The very opening page, that is 26 number page of the same lesson, we have an activity entitled as there is one chemical weathering, and there is an activity experiment of chalk, figure 3.5. Take a glass of water and put a piece of chalk in it. On the next day, observe what has happened to it and answer the following questions. Now after putting these pieces of glass or pieces of chalks in the glass, we are going to observe. Now, did the color of water change? Answer is obvious, yes, the color of water changed to white, and the piece has white color. What happened to the chalk? Okay, what happened to the chalk? The chalk dissolved in the water. As we know that water is a universal solvent, so it gets dissolved. Now number second activity that we have here. Number second activity. Have a look. This is the second activity is provided. Wrap few iron nails in a wet cloth. Open the cloth after 2 days. Observe what happens and answer the following questions. Now few iron nails are kept in a wet cloth. So what will be the reaction of it that we are going to observe? Are there any stains on the cloth? Stains, that is dot. Are there any dots or stains on the cloth? Yes, there are some stains on the cloth, of course. Next question, which color are they? They are reddish or brown in color, of course. As the color of nails is obviously it is red or brown, so same color is reflected on the cloth. What could be the reason for the stains? As the cloth is wet, so the reddish or brown rust must have formed on the iron nails wrapped in it. This could be the reason for the stains, right? So let us look at the geographical explanation of the same part. Now what could be the geographical explanation of this? Geographical explanation. Now we know that very well the water plays an important role in chemical weathering. A rock is a mixture of many minerals, so it is made of many minerals, and water is a universal solvent, that everything gets dissolved in water, therefore it is called as a universal solvent. Many things get dissolved easily in water. The solubility increases because the matter has dissolved in water, and those materials which do not dissolve easily in water get dissolved in such solutions. In areas that receives heavy rainfall, chemical weathering occurs in the following way. Now next point is carbonation. Look at it. Carbonation. The rainwater travels through the atmosphere before reaching the ground. Carbon dioxide in the air gets mixed in the water. In this process, dilute carbonic acid gets formed. Materials like limestone get easily dissolved in such acid. So as a outcome is the acidic rains. Now again look through the images, it will be easy for you to understand. Acidic gases radiate into the atmosphere. It goes up down, it gets mixed. Gases that carried upwards by the wind. Next, the gases combined with the water droplets to form acids. Acid rain falls, and its impact has. What is the impact? The acid rain destroys plants, pollutes water sources and soil, and erodes building. So it is the effect of acidic rain. Biological weathering. Besides mechanical and chemical weathering, biological factors are also responsible for weathering of rocks. Have you visited any fort? Have you seen trees growing on their minarets? See, there are the minarets and the trees have grown already. This is the picture it indicates. You also must have seen the pieces of rocks getting separated, that is getting separated because of the roots of the trees. As the roots grows bigger, they have created tension in the rocks and start breaking them. Ants make large ant hills. Rats, mice, rabbits, and other worms and insects make burrows in the ground. These animals are called burrowing animals. Because of their activity, weathering of rock occur. Besides these, the algae, moss, lichen, other flora, etc. grows in the rock. They also help in weathering. Moss, liverbird, lichen, fungi, mildew, algae. So these are the types of the flora fauna that also hampers on the rocks and causing biological weathering. Mass movement or mass wasting. The weathered rock materials start moving along the slopes due to the gravity and accumulate near the foothills or gentle slopes. This process has been happening for years. The weathered particles form a conical heap at the foothills. When weathered particles move down due to the gravity alone, the process is called mass movement. The mass movement occurs in two ways. It is rapid on a steeper slopes while it is slower on gentle slope. Rapid mass movements. Rock falls, landslides, land subsidence, they occur rapidly. Their effects are very destructive. The probability of these events is more in the region having humid climate and steeper slopes. A thick layer of weathered material forms on the slope. When it rains in such areas, the rainwater penetrates the weathered material and their weight increases. The weathered material have move very rapidly and come down the slopes. Example, the mudslide at Malin village of Pune district. Sometimes the weathered material do not move downward but sink in situ, that is where they are, they remain there it is. This is called slumping. So that is the example of slumping. Such rapid mass movements may also occur because of earthquake. Even there are the types of mass wasting. Landslide, see the sliding surface, solifluction, tilted trees, soil creeps, and as its effect is that damage road. Headscarp, volcanoes, mud flows, it causes for the mud flows. Deforested land, it's called for debris flow. Then rock slides, rock avalanche happen, rock fall. So these are the other types for your extra information. Now, slower mass movement. In areas with a dry climate and gentler slope, mass movement occur slowly. Soil creep is a very common phenomenon in such area. In a periglacial region, along the slopes, the small layers of soil accumulate because of movement of soil. This is called solifluction. See this example, the rock fall. These are the slopes, small layers of the soil is accumulated because of the movement of the soil. Rock falls, landslide, figure number 3.11, 12 and 13. And this figure is solifluction number 3.13. Last point is the erosion. Like weathering and mass movement, erosion is also an external process. Erosion occurs through various agents: wind running, water, glaciers, seawater, and groundwater cause erosion. We will study the agents of erosion and the landforms produced by them in the next lesson.